before they separate, as we take a look at the starting lineup of this Waterhouse team. And as far as we can see, absolutely no changes to the team which started the first leg.
Yeah, no surprise there. They'll be playing with a 4-3-3 formation. There we see it. Look out for Bradford and Fletcher on either side of Thomas, and they have really been a potent strike force so far. Bradford with 6 goals, and the solidity within the midfield will come from Binns, Thomas and Howell, and the backline remains the same. Fletcher with 5 goals as well, so 11 between the two.
As far as Mount Pleasant is concerned, just the one change. The number 9, Daniel Green, is going to be operating in a more central role, replacing one Gary Mills, and let's see how that will pan out. But that's the only change for Mount Pleasant, Chris.
Interesting to see Sean Paul between the sticks, considering that what we might have called a blooper. Unfortunate for him, but had a good game. Other than that, it'll be interesting to see throughout these 90 minutes how he performs. But of course, as you said, this has been a potent strike force up front.
We're overseeing the proceedings here as the second leg semi-final set to get underway shortly. Waterhouse against Mount Pleasant. Waterhouse with the advantage after leg 1. And we're underway here at the UEJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence. Waterhouse with the advantage heading into this second leg. And they're the ones kicking off, but they've already given up the possession to Mount Pleasant. I suspect that Mount Pleasant, the team chasing on aggregate, will want a really good start here, but they must ensure that they do not concede. Nakala trying to control the play, playing it up the channel, and too far in front of Keslan Hall on that occasion, and it's going to be a goal kick to the 19-year-old Nash and his Waterhouse team.
Very close encounter so far this season. 2-0 in the regular season to Waterhouse, and of course 1-0 in the first leg here. But as I said, generally a very open game. Opportunities are granted to both teams, so it's just which team is going to take their chances when they get them and make the most of them, and that is what will be interesting to see.
They have the possession. Mount Pleasant trying to play it inside the area, definitely trying to get Hall involved. It just didn't work out on that occasion. Challenge coming in, and Bradford over on the far side. The player is down for Waterhouse and should get some attention now as we take a look at Marcel Gale, who's in charge of this Waterhouse team. Looking to make yet another final. Marcel Gale. Wadi Downs. I think Jamaica seems to be pretty easy for him at the moment, but he has a challenge in the second leg. Ramon Howell. Binns playing it back to Elvis Wilson, who was always under pressure there. Kimani Campbell. Thomas collecting that one deep. Campbell going upfield. And that should be no problems for Shavan Sean Paul. Fiddlerson has to watch that one carefully here. And Nash couldn't quite keep it from crossing the line. It is going to be a corner kick to Mount Pleasant. So nearly going here. Mount Pleasant with quite a bit of the possession, with about 3 minutes gone in this one. They have a corner kick. Let's see how many players they'll commit inside the box. 5 already so far. They have the wind in their backs too, you know, so this will be an in-swinging one. It is, and it's headed behind for another corner kick. Back-to-back corners for Mount Pleasant. One of the things having Daniel Green back in the starting lineup is that he's going to be the one who will take the corner kicks. So he makes his way on this near side to take it. Fletcher is also there as well. Here's the delivery. It's headed away. Hall gives chase. Keeps it in. Campbell. Oh, that's a late challenge on Campbell. It's going to be a free kick. You wouldn't necessarily describe Donald Thomas as being slow, but he was on that occasion in that challenge on Devontae Campbell.
Man of the match in the first leg, Thomas. There he is.
You can see that Mount Pleasant, they're already applying the pressure. Again, it's those two, Jordan Fletcher and Daniel Green. Although I'm thinking that the left foot of Jordan Fletcher will be the more dangerous one.
Better angle for him as well.
The ball is being set up by Waterhouse. The young custodian making sure that it's lined up properly. He has some work to do against Jordan Fletcher.
Some 32 yards out.
Here's the effort from Fletcher. Oh, what a hit! He's magical every single time, and Nash with a touch could not keep it out. And Fletcher, fast becoming this team's talisman, has put them back in the tie. 1-0 on the day, Mount Pleasant.
All square and aggregate now. This tie and an excellent strike. 32 yards out, by no means a close free kick or just outside the box. And I'm sure goalkeeper Nash will be a little bit disappointed, but look at this strike from Fletcher. Great power behind it, dipped right at the critical moment as well, and I'm almost sure that's what threw Nash off as well. Probably should have done better, was there, and just the pace of the kick from Fletcher, forcing between his hands and into the back of the net. 6 in 7 for Jordan Fletcher.
Joint top scorer in the league, Jordan Fletcher. And that was a really good hit. You said that Nash would be a little bit disappointed because he got a couple of hands on it, but you can never underestimate the power of one Jordan Fletcher. I'm sure all the supporters will be really happy with that one. From the west all the way across to St. Anne.
Near post, good height. Nash will be disappointed, as he showed in the goal as well. Got two hands to it.
Seven Jean Paul will be saying, well, we're even now.
Yes, exactly.
On a number of levels. Oh, Bradford, that's not a bad first touch. Trying to play it into the path of Rafiq Thomas.
And there's Sean Paul.
Yep.
Came out very well. Decisive, quick in his movement. That's an example of what we wanted to see. How would he be coming back from that mistake in the first leg? And this was very decisive in terms of his movement. Looked very confident in how he collected the ball.
Campbell has some pace, you know. Trying to get there, trying to keep that one in. So it was always going to be difficult against the experienced Nikolai Finderson.
3 players now on 6, Donald. Akwasa Chong, well, he can't add to his.
No, he can't.
6 for Bradford, and now 6 for Fletcher.
Fletcher, you move over, foul.
I'm already looking forward to next season, actually.
3 young players as well. Great to see. Great to see.
Difficult for him to keep it in. There's Fletcher, Jordan. 6 goals this season so far. Joint top scorer. Waterhouse would be disappointed that they conceded so early. But you can see the demeanor of this Mount Pleasant unit. Very different to what we saw in the first leg, Chris. You can see that they're even more positive in their approach. Alwyn Harvey picks it up and just lost it at the last moment, but his team gets a throw in over on that far side.
Coach Downs did talk about the confidence with the team and that he wasn't perturbed at the fact that they were trailing by a goal to nil. He thought the spirits were excellent within the team, and himself as well seemed very positive in his demeanor and his approach.
Ball was kept in. Campbell though couldn't find the Fletcher, and so Waterhouse trying to come away with it. Donata Thomas, Andre Fletcher threading it through. Rafiq Thomas sees Paul off his line. I think he was in a couple of minds there as whether he wanted to chip him or not. Decided, well, I'm sure it wasn't the decision that he made, but he ended up just with the calm shot to Paul, who made the easiest of saves to his right.
Yeah, comfortable save in the end. I think he was a bit in no man's land though, Shavin Sean Paul, and had he opted maybe for the chip, it might have been very interesting. In the end, the decision made by Thomas was very comfortable for Paul.
Exactly what happened. So quite an opportunity there for Waterhouse. Not doing a whole lot of pressing. Obviously they'd want to manage the energy properly in such conditions. As I said, at the moment the wind is behind Mount Pleasant for this first half.
Just as we said, there have been a couple opportunities thus far, and it's only been 11 minutes. You wouldn't call it out and out chances, but half chances.
Yeah.
Mount Pleasant made the most of one.
And
as I said, Waterhouse got one in the last 2 minutes as well.
And
so
it has been a quicker start in this leg when you compare it to what we saw in the first leg
pace of
as well.
the game has been a lot higher.
Ball from deep, looking for hole. Elvis Wilson was in the way, comes out as far as Fletcher. Now it's with McCullough. McCullough needs a good delivery. The keeper cries out for it, decides to punch it instead of catch it. Probably his confidence is just a little bit shaken there, Nash. Isaacs deciding to play it back. Oh, goes the other way. Fletcher. Fletcher, shot is blocked by, it appears to be Christie, who's in the starting lineup for Mount Pleasant. We'll confirm that for you in just a little while. It would have been a late change just before they came out, obviously. There's no Kevin Lane in the starting lineup, so 2 changes actually made by Mount Pleasant. Not sure the situation as to why Kevin Lane is not in the starting lineup. A couple of players down on the field at the moment. But Nash, one of his confidence is shaken just a little bit. As we see,
that was that moment with the punch.
Yeah.
A good punch though.
Yes.
Strong punch. Wasn't hesitant in terms of how he came. Players were coming. I'm not sure if he was aware of the attacking players. It looked like Hall who was closing in, and so decided to punch instead of catch. I think that was a big deal. There you see Fletcher down. There's a change of footwear again. How common has that been so far this season? These issues with the turf here at the Captain Horace Burrell Center. The heat, Donald, the heat.
Yeah.
There's that man, now 24 years of age, Jordan Fletcher. 6 goals so far this season. Had only scored 5 goals in his Premier League career before. Played 2 seasons with Montego Bay United. And now 6 goals in 1 season. There's Wally Downs, coach of Mount Pleasant. Former player and coach in England. Had a long career with Sheffield in England. Coached Bradford City as well.
As well as Brentford.
Brentford, yeah.
Saw the play just now with Waterhouse on the attack, and it was an obvious change because Prince Christie, who is on the field for Mount Pleasant as one of their centre backs, it just seemed as if he couldn't quite keep up with the pace when the ball was played over the top, and it could be something that they'd want to exploit. Waterhouse. Still trying to get word as to what exactly has happened with Kevin Lane. But yeah, the 2 changes to the Mount Pleasant starting lineup for this one. Here's Devontae Campbell, 2 up with him. The challenge coming in from Finlayson. He turns 36 in December, Nikolai Finlayson. He's one of the most capped players in the Jamaica Premier League. Still looking for his first title though. Here's McCullough. Now Jordan Fletcher. Robbed of the ball. Donata Thomas will try and slow it down. Then he goes on another run. Ball over the top looking for Shaquille Bradford. Richie nods it back to his keeper.
Speaking of titles, Waterhouse has 2 to their name. One in 1998 under one Jeffrey Maxwell, and one in 2005-2006
under Wayne Fairclough. Yeah.
And Hugh Bingy Blair was the assistant.
They would have dedicated that title to Peter Cargill,
the late Peter Cargill,
former national midfielder who would
assistant national coach as well.
Yeah.
After retiring, was a coach of Waterhouse in 2004-2005 up until his death in April 2005. Wayne Fairclough took over and carried them to the title with Bingy Blair. It's so ironic. Bingy Blair was actually a playing member of the team in 98 under Jeffrey Maxwell that won. Haven't been able to win since though, Waterhouse.
But they have contested the last 2 finals though against
they've been to the final quite a bit.
So they want to go a step further this year, but well, they have some problems right now, or issues, in front of them in Mount Pleasant.
A player's down again, and it seems like ankle or foot issues for Nash.
Probably the same heat issues actually, in terms of the underfoot conditions. We usually see.
I'm not a expert on the issue, but I actually wonder if pegs or the regular football boot is actually the right footwear for the artificial turf. And that is something that has to be debated. I've seen so many players twisting ankles, falling over, feet jamming in the turf and so on, that I question as to whether that is is a proper footwear. Of course, a lot of these players would have been used to training on grass and so on, where the pegs would be utilized. So
there's Kevin Lane, by the way, who's on the bench. They say it's a tactical reason why he's not starting.
A late tactic. Well,
Let's see if
better
it
late
works.
than never.
Let's see if it works out, because
It's worked so far.
yeah, I tell you what. It's,
80 minutes gone and they're enjoying a 1-0 lead. So it would seem like a magical change.
he's from Guyana, actually. Has been captain 9 times for the senior program, 3 times at the under 17 level. I'm sure his friends over by the number 5 ground in Berbice not too happy with the fact that he's on the bench this afternoon, but I guess they will support Mount Pleasant because it's his club. But they'd certainly want to see him in action. Christie.
His replacement.
Yep. Ball spread out wide to Sule McCullough. Just hold inside the box at the moment. McCullough delivers. Not the best delivery, mind you.
Adjusting to the wind conditions will be a major factor, as you've spoken about them earlier. He would have been kicking that with the wind and so carried it far beyond any player who was available. Got to adjust the pace at which you put the ball in the air, especially when you're kicking with the wind. The flight as well will be a major issue.
Nice touch. Binns goes long. Thomas. Just bundle up the ball there. Harvey just did enough. Now it goes the other way. Ball played through. He's offside. Hall is offside.
Again, Mount Pleasant finding space though. Mistimed run, but the channels were open. Should have timed his run a lot better.
Should have.
Could have seen the defender on his inside, so there was no reason for him to go off too early, Hall. And the space was there. That was one of the mistakes that Waterhouse made in leg 1. Just finding themselves too open at times at the back, especially when the players originated from the flank position.
Corner taken short. He's kept it in play. Tries to drive that across the area. Looks to have been Kimani Campbell over on that far side. Yeah, it is. Former Dinsel player. Ramon Howell. Evils Wilson. Now Binns. Back to Howell. Oh, they're going to be taking a water break now. It seems, yep. Mount Pleasant with a 1-0 lead on the day. It's 1-1 on aggregate. And the players will get some much needed refreshment here. Waterhouse, they haven't really got out of their blocks, haven't they, in this second leg? And you get the impression that that has proven to be costly. They gave away a couple of careless free kicks and some corners as well, and really put themselves on the back foot in this first stanza.
Yeah, credit to Mount Pleasant. They realized that they certainly needed to score. As we said, they have failed to score in the last 2 games leading up against Waterhouse. Certainly changed that in early stead against this Waterhouse team. So that's one hurdle that they have overcome. And as you said, just a lot more energy in the play. And that's been a big difference so far, as you said. Just the pace at which they are playing. is offering a lot more attacking opportunities. This is a goal. This is a difference in the match so far. An excellent free kick by Jordan Fletcher, 32 yards out, and that came in minute 6. And it was also his 6th goal of the season. Excellent strike. Nash should have done better, but don't take anything away from the former Cornwall College forward.
It was a powerful shot. Nash got a hands too, but couldn't quite keep it out.
Probably wished he had a third hand as well. There's Jordan Fletcher, 24 years of age. Now 11 goals in his Premier League career. Won the Costa Cup as a schoolboy with Cornwall College a few years ago. Now making his mark in Jamaica's Premier League. It's taken a while, but he's certainly getting there. Coach Wally Down certainly has the faith in him. Big career at Wimbledon FC in England, Wally Downs.
Well, here's Fletcher sending it out wide. Lovely ball played inside the ear for Fletcher, who would have lost his balance. Looking for the corner kick, doesn't get it. Working the give and go on that occasion with Damian Binns. Just didn't work out for him. Mount Pleasant appears to have a problem here with their captain.
Muscle issues. Seems like the hamstring. Not so sure if there was a jar in the surface, which, as I said earlier, there's been so much of that this season. Ankle twisting, jamming of the legs in the turf. It's really an adjustment for a lot of these players. Yes, the ball moves nicely across the surface, but the underneath has caused issues, whether the heat or the actual surface itself in terms of the texture. This is the incident. Yeah, but you could see when he made a step, his foot jammed into the surface. It wasn't a fluid motion. There you see him, he's going to feel it there. Yeah, very obvious. Very obvious. The right leg just didn't flow into as a regular slowing down in motion. And that can really put a lot of pressure on the muscles.
Punted long.
Certainly has a strong kick, doesn't he? We saw it in the quarter-final leg as well. He actually had an assist in the quarter-final. This is that issue. As you could see, because of leg jam, it almost sent his knee as well in the wrong direction.
Back on the park though.
Yeah. So hope he can continue. He's still feeling it. You can see the grimace.
He is still feeling it. I'm not sure if it's going to last long actually. But he's wearing the captain's armband, and yeah, the yellow card will come out for Suley McCullough. It was deliberate from him.
Here's Thomas, man of the match. In the first leg, really played well in the middle of the park for Waterhouse.
Wilson. Bradford utilizing his pace. The challenge coming in. The referee has pointed for a corner kick. The Waterhouse players cannot believe it. Especially Damian Binns.
Yeah, here is motion move. Great speed.
He got the ball though.
Good tackle.
Very good tackle.
Yeah. Always dangerous to come in from that angle. The timing has to be immaculate. I thought he got it spot on. Made contact with the ball. Didn't take the leg of Bradford, which I think was the important factor.
Well, here's the corner kick at the near post. It wasn't the best, wasn't it? There's a real battle going on for the ball over at that far side. It's going to be another free kick to Waterhouse. Keslan Hall, who has no reason to be a defender, committing the foul there. Yeah, and Waterhouse will get the free kick. Just getting into their own now, Waterhouse, as we confirm the yellow card shown to Sule Makala. Let's see if this can be a better delivery for Waterhouse. Donata Thomas to deliver. Here it is, not a bad looking one, headed out. There's a whistle on the play and it's going to be a free kick to Mount Pleasant in their own penalty area. Again, their captain is down. So if it's not a leg, it's a shoulder.
Well, going through the wars, as a semi-final should be.
Yeah, but you kind of hope that you make it to the final, right?
Bradford was putting the pressure on. As you can see, Waterhouse have certainly improved in terms of their intensity so far in the semi-final, especially in the last 10 minutes. Thrusting players forward, getting in and around the 18-yard box of Mount Pleasant. There's no reason why they shouldn't believe they can't score. It's only one game so far this season that Waterhouse has not scored in, and they're now in their 12th game. That came against Veer United in mid-July, a 0-0 draw. So,
and Mount Pleasant, they're vulnerable at the back. Lane is, well, Ladale Ritchie is struggling at the back. I'm not sure how long he'll last, Chris Taylor. I'm really not sure, and goalkeeper Paul should reach this one.
and that would be the second force change.
Well, Howell spreads it wide. Oh, that's a foul. Fletcher.
Lucky to get away with that if he does.
Well, the referee has gone across to him just to have a conversation, and if that's the case, which it is, he's really lucky to avoid being booked, Jordan Fletcher.
But certainly agree if the mobility of Binns, and we'll see in this play, if the mobility of Binns is really affected as we see at equal possession.
Ball over the top, looking for Keslan Hall, who will apply his power there. He has some help. It's a big chance! Fabulous save to his left. From outside the box, he was running onto that one. Daniel Green tried to place it, probably just needed a little bit more power there.
You'll see in this angle much better here.
Because you get the feeling that Nash, it was a comfortable height. Oh, well,
Nash almost
he almost went
far.
past it.
Did well in the end, good adjustment.
Yes, indeed.
Was aiming more for the corner, Green, but I think the natural angle of his right foot curled it back into the center of the goal.
As well as possibly the wind. Here's Donata Thomas.
True.
Out to Shaquille Bradford. Three waiting inside the box. Couldn't get by the first defender. Bradford. He'll try again. Binns back to Bradford. Bradford can't get by Harvey. Again, Waterhouse crying for a penalty. Referee waves it off. It goes the other way. And what's going to happen here? Well, the yellow card is going to come out. And it is shown to Finlayson for a challenge that was made on Jordan Fletcher, it appears.
A little bit surprised that he stopped the play. It seemed like Jordan Fletcher still had possession of the ball.
Shaquille Bradford is still down inside the Mount Pleasant box, by the way. I'm not sure why the play was stopped, to be honest. But both players will get
Fletcher is still down though.
some attention.
Maybe there's the adrenaline of the move made Fletcher continue. It seemed like he got a hand in the face as well. Here is the penalty shot. He was looking for it, Bradford. I think he went down way too easy.
Yeah.
And here is a move. Fletcher gets past there. There's a hand left by Finlayson, almost like a close line by Finlayson.
Yeah, but the play would have been called back. You it's going to be a free kick to Waterhouse based on what Fletcher did before that incident, actually.
Right.
So it was a cynical.
Tried to play the advantage, but I think the second tackle from Finlayson ended that.
No, Jordan Fletcher actually committed a foul before. Yes, which is why Waterhouse have the free kick now. Fletcher, in getting the ball, actually fouled his marker, and then Finlayson was just being cynical because the referee had blown the whistle, and then he just slapped him just to tell him to stop for real. So that's what happened. And
Got a yellow card for his trouble.
Yeah.
Finlayson, that is, and
Yes.
not Fletcher.
And not Fletcher. So Fletcher is back on the field to do some defending because it is a Waterhouse free kick. Let's see what they can do with this one. Baines is behind the ball, so too. That looks to be Kimani Campbell as well. Baines delivers at the near post. Rafiq Thomas was there. It's headed away and not clear properly. It's sent back inside the area. The keeper was calling for it. Finally, he gets a hold on it.
Good initial delivery, Donald. I think Thomas should have done better. Certainly was there ahead of the defender, Thomas, and should have gotten a head onto that. That was a good delivery into the box. Again, Waterhouse continued to pressure, as we mentioned. Only one game so far this season out of 12 they had not scored in, and that came in week 3 against Vere United. 0-0 draw. Since then, they have found the back of the net at least on one occasion in every match.
Just a reminder, there is no away goals rule in the Jamaica Premier League. If the scoreline remains the same, we have extra time to come. And of course, if we're still tied up after extra time, it's down to penalties. So, yay. Here's Thomas. Fletcher. They're giving him the space to operate, decides to send it back out wide. The delivery inside the area. James back to Christie. Lane, or rather the captain, Ladale Ritchie.
He's down again, Donald.
Yeah, because he had to hustle to get that one. Play continues though. The delivery inside the area for Mount Pleasant, cleared out by Waterhouse.
Play is continuing, but I don't think he will be able to.
And now they'll boot it into touch.
He has one leg heavily strapped, which is a right. But the left is what seems to be giving him a lot of trouble, which I think is where he had the jarring. And I think that will be it for him. It's very difficult. Hamstring injuries.
And he's not thinking about today alone, you know. He's hoping that his team makes the final and he's a part of it as well. So much going through his mind right now as to this injury.
Very difficult.
He had to hustle to get there. He had to. And he just...
And you don't want a situation to happen where he's under pressure in a one-on-one situation, needs to get there and can't because he's inhabited.
He wore the captain's armband once for Jamaica, Ladale Ritchie. And that was back in 2018.
You can see the heavy strapping on the right leg. And did miss some games earlier this season because of injury to that right leg, but this time it's the left that is giving him trouble. And stretching it out, but I can tell you, based on what is required of him, it will be very difficult for him to play the remaining 60 minutes. At least. I wouldn't be surprised if a change is made. Very unfortunate for the Mount Pleasant captain.
That's a big blow.
Another victim of the turf.
Maybe. He's going to continue though. I think he's going to continue at least up until the halftime interval.
They'll try and work a miracle if he can last the 7 minutes or so.
Waterhouse right now really should be...
Yeah, trying to expose him even more.
Should be ruthless. But at the moment, Mount Pleasant with the possession. It was 50-50 the last time we saw that stat. Waterhouse may be missing a trick here. Long throw inside the box. Headed away. Not too far out. Daniel Green was trying to control. Couldn't. Here comes Thomas. And that really was a poor pass. Oh, but Campbell has lost it to Beadle. Beadle looking for options. Here's Binns. Binns to Thomas. Bradford asking for it. Shaquille Bradford. The first touch was awful. And then he just ran out of real estate. He apologizes. But yeah, probably he was in a couple of minds as well. He may just have been thinking about the shot, which was why it ended up being a heavy touch. Let's see the ball over the top. Yeah, I think he wanted to take the shot, and then it wasn't quite in his range.
Quite a few of the passes leading up to that play were very average, actually. Lucky to get away with it. The touch, though, by Bradford needed to be a lot better, and he knows it. 6 goals to his name so far this season. Shaquille Bradford scored the only goal in the first leg. Rifling left-footed effort from an acute angle. Worked its way through the legs of Shavin Sean Paul. Another whistle on the play and another player down.
Yep, Kevon Isaacs there.
Trailing arm. Quite unnecessary from Fletcher with the left arm, reaching into the face of Isaacs. Gets a warning from the referee as well. Intense game, and understandably so. Semi-final locked at 1 apiece on aggregate.
Here's the delivery. Deep at the back post. Oh, he mistimed his run there, didn't he, Denardo Thomas? Really tried to attack that one, and then it went over his head. Finally, Waterhouse, they have decided to press. Hall couldn't keep it in play. Or did he? Yeah, he did actually. Now it's out into touch. It's a throw into Mount Pleasant. Yeah, I think Waterhouse have missed a couple of tricks there in terms of pressing. I'm not sure if they're trying to conserve because of the conditions here, as we see Waterhouse with the 52% possession.
Yeah, but they have it's the last 5 minutes to the break, 3 minutes now. You'd say go all out. I would attack through the middle as well, because that's where Binns is. So the opportunity to expose him, play a through pass, and allow the speed of Bradford at Shaquille Bradford to expose the enabled legs of Richie.
And his partner in crime in this game isn't as quick either, Christy.
Yeah, there's Bradford. A little bit surprised, even at that previous play, that Richie asked for the ball inside the 18-yard box, especially since he's not very mobile, and it nearly cost him as well. He would want to do as little work as possible, especially right now until the half.
Well, the free kick has already cost Waterhouse in this first half, and they've given up yet another cheap one. I suppose Green will be the provider. No, it is Fletcher. And that wasn't well done at all. Needs a good first touch. It is. Now they can counter-attack. Waterhouse, 3 against 3 at the moment. Needs a good pass. And that was again inaccurate.
Good idea. I like that they're looking to go through the middle. Use that pace to expose Richie, but as you said, too much pace on the delivery.
Here's Daniel Green now for Mount Pleasant. Fletcher has it now. Devontae Campbell making a run. Fletcher decides to go back to Green. And Campbell to Green to McCullough. Biding their time. Christie. They've lost it.
Passing.
Fletcher on it. Has Alwyn Harvey for company, who commits the foul.
Harvey and Fletcher.
Yep, former Dental teammates. Here's Donata Thomas with space. And he ends up sending that one into orbit, actually. But yeah, again, Waterhouse, well, in transition, but finding it difficult to penetrate the area.
A difficult technique for Thomas to master as well. That ball more on the left side of him, looking to hit it with the outside of his right boot. Never easy to do into the far corner. Got it wrong. But again, like the fact that they're looking to attack through the middle. There is space, there is opportunity, but the passing needs to be a little bit more accurate, and so does the shooting.
3 minutes of stoppages to be played, by the way. Bins sends it out wide to Campbell. Campbell lost it, and it's going to be a free kick to Waterhouse. They're sending players up. Waterhouse. Campbell on it. Bradford back to Campbell. Campbell threads it across, and it's cleared out by Sule McCullough. Here they come again, Waterhouse. Trying to level things up in the second leg. Lovely delivery to Bradford, but he couldn't guide that goalwards. And it's a goal kick to Mount Pleasant.
I like the energy of Bradford. Getting in problem areas in the Mount Pleasant defense, making himself available. Good delivery into the box. Just got a little bit too much of the head onto it. Just wanted to glance that off the edge of the head. Like that he's putting his body on the line though. Shaquille Bradford runs well, gets into open spaces, wants the ball. Great to see as a forward.
Mount Pleasant, they've had a couple of shots on target. Waterhouse with just the one effort on target. And they will be disappointed with that, I'm sure.
They've had a lot more action in the attacking third, but as you said, it just hasn't matriculated into the shots on target stat. Waterhouse certainly have the firepower. 11 goals between Bradford and Fletcher so far this season.
Well, they've lost it in a dangerous position. It's with Fletcher who tried to hurry the shot. It's now with Alwyn Harvey. Straight to goalkeeper Zamoy Nash. Harvey looking for his first goal in a Mount Pleasant shirt. Ball played through, and he's off his line. Shaban Sean Paul picked up by Fletcher, but inside the area, and it's put away by Rafiq Thomas. 1-1, and they retake the lead on aggregate. Waterhouse on the stroke of half-time. Finally, the defense of Mount Pleasant is breached. Struggling Warriors they are. But Waterhouse getting that critical goal in the second leg.
Nice build-up, great ball in, great commitment by Chavin Jean-Paul to make the initial block, but just unable to get to it again. And the defense left wanting. Good finish by Thomas, excellent finish as well. Very clinical with the left-footed attempt. Nice ball put across by Fletcher, he gets the assist. And Waterhouse, who have been pressuring, and based on the momentum of the game, you would have to say that's a deserved equalizer for Waterhouse in the contest. They're 20th of the season. They are the highest scoring team in the Premiership this season, and that's the half.
That is the half. Wonderful half. And we're basically back where we started at the start of it, the start of this second leg. And it's 1-1 on the day, 2-1 on aggregate for Waterhouse. Welcome back to the UAJFF Captain Horace Burrell Centre of Excellence as Waterhouse and Mount Pleasant, they're in this tense semi-final battle in the second leg, 1-1, 2-1 on aggregate in favour of Waterhouse.
There we see Tajay Anderson coming in. Wouldn't be surprised if Tajay Anderson goes to the left back role. Yes, he has. So James, actually Christie has come into the centre back position.
Christie as well as James. So a new centre back pairing as Devontae Campbell on the charge for Mount Pleasant. Daniel Green sends it back to Campbell. McCullough. Christie now to his new centre back partner in James. James sends it long, headed away. McCullough can't beat Shaquille Bradford. Thomas heads it down. Ramon Howell sends it out wide. Rowan Beadle on it now. Thomas. Beadle. Beadle to deliver. A lot on that one, comes all the way across to Shaquille Bradford, who's kept it in play. Bradford couldn't quite get by Sune McCullough. Fletcher was a little bit too eager there, committing the infringement.
And from a Waterhouse perspective, you'd want to press early and quickly, just before Mount Pleasant get a chance to settle down, get used to their new position. This man on the ball is moved from right back into the centre back role, James. The substitute has gone to right back. Very surprised that Lane, who was the regular centre back, has not been utilised considering the injury. I'm sure there's a bigger story to that.
I'm sure there is. Fletcher on the ball, has a couple of runners, decides to go dribbling. Howell now. Thomas with the effort, no problems there for goalkeeper Paul. One of the things that they'd have to get right is communication, the back four. There's a ball of field looking for Keslan Hall. Haven't seen a lot from Isaacs and Harvey in the middle of the park, because we've seen a lot of those out balls from the back. That was Lane looking on at the action. Here is Harvey now. Harvey decides to go goalwards. It's over the top.
Well, he answered your call. He answered the call. His second shot at goal. This one not on target.
But yeah, you usually see them with a lot of the possession, Harvey and Isaacs in the middle of the park, instrumental in building the play, but we haven't seen a lot from them this afternoon, Chris.
And we do remember as the first half progressed, it was Waterhouse who had a lot of the possession and pulling the strings. They were doing a lot of chasing.
All has been switched out.
Now the impetus is on Mount Pleasant, as I said, to make a difference because they're trailing on aggregate. So they have to come forward. They need the ball.
Baines does well. Here they come. Isaacs to Harvey. Harvey's effort is blocked. Probably was going wide. Isaacs adjudged to have committed a foul on the play there. It's going to be a free kick to Waterhouse. They're not happy with it. Campbell goes on a run. Challenge coming in from Fletcher. Christie. Oh, that's a poor ball. Needs a touch to get by Christie. He's not going to keep up with him. Chance here for Fletcher. Fletcher! The save is made. And that's a big chance for Waterhouse to put this tie to bed. The game stretching just a little bit now. Isaacs to Green. Green sends it out wide. There's a lot on that one.
This was the opportunity for Waterhouse. Great move, great speed. Not the right option in the end. Should have played that ball across the box. And Thomas was waiting, would have had just a tap in. Went for the hard option, went for power Fletcher instead of trying to hit that towards the far corner. And with that power, had that gone to the far corner, Shavin Sean Paul would most certainly have been beaten. But Thomas was in a better position and open. And I think that would have been a better option. Only saw Glory Fletcher, and in the end didn't place it well enough.
The obvious thing there was how easily Fletcher got by Christie.
He's not the quickest, Christie. So that didn't surprise me, and especially considering that Fletcher had already started running. It wasn't from a standstill, so he was already running at him with the momentum.
Just need that touch around him and he got it.
Christie's positioning would always have been exposed there.
Can't afford to stand too close. James boots it long again. Hall picks it up. It's now with Daniel Green, who sends it out wide. McCullough drives it across, and it's put behind by Binns for a corner kick to Mount Pleasant.
A lot of potency up front for both these teams. That man on the ball, leading goal scorer for Mount Pleasant, Jordan Fletcher. He's taking the corner though.
4 players to aim for inside the box, headed back post, and Hall with not the best first touch on that occasion. Going to start again from the back, Mount Pleasant. Was that a challenge? Illegal? No, says the referee. Play continues. Bradford. Oh, he needed a better pass on that. Green was able to pick it up. Ball is dinked inside the area. Fletcher delivers at the back post. That's a good looking cross, you know. Still inside the box. Now it's hacked out of the area. Tried to get a foot in there, Rafiq Thomas.
Christie seems very vulnerable. Very slow at the back, always on the back foot, Christie. And lucky to get away with it on that occasion.
Oh, here's Isaacs. Needs a good ball through to Keston Hall. Oh, the challenge coming in. And it's a free kick that Waterhouse will get. But Wilson putting his body on the line to get there.
Important tackle by Wilson, feeling the Achilles as well, but did his job. Again, a nice ball being played in. That came from Isaacs. Great defending by Wilson. Just before Hall could set himself. A little bit surprised that he didn't take that on the right foot, which would have been away from Wilson. Would have forced Wilson to commit the foul. Anyhow, great tackle by Wilson. Some very interesting balls being put into the box from Mount Pleasant, some from the corner. Jordan Fletcher, a very good corner kick taker, and really put some deliveries in testing areas in and around the 6-yard box. We're not making the most of them so far, Mount Pleasant, which was a criticism of them in the first leg as well.
Yeah.
Keslan Hall, his first touches in the box have not been the best, and that has allowed Waterhouse to recover on a couple of occasions. Needs to be better if they're going to get back into this tie.
Whole lot of time remaining in this contest. How many twists and turns will we see? Here's Kevin Isaacs. Now McCullough. Harvey. Back to McCullough. Fletcher won't be able to get there. Denada Thomas doing some defensive work for Waterhouse. Daniel Green now. Christie leaves it for Green. Campbell. Anderson. Campbell. Christie. Mount Pleasant taking their time here, trying to breach Waterhouse. Fletcher. Green now. Wonderful touches. Green has lost it. It's picked up now by Sule Makala. Driven across. Still a chance. It's with Daniel Green. And now the shot is wide of the mark from Tajay Anderson.
Poor finish in the end. Great build up by Mount Pleasant in and around the 18-yard box, and Anderson, he's got to do better here. Great take by Green. Lovely waiting with the pass, but the final shot by Anderson left a lot to be desired. Kept his eyes on it, but definitely didn't get close enough to the ball.
Should be aiming at the far post, I think. Just drive it across, right?
Skewed it off the outside of the boot, yeah. I thought he was stretching a little bit too much in the end. And goalkeeper Nash must have been counting his blessings. Should have had a lot more work to do. That should have been the equalizer for Mount Pleasant. Well, in the aggregate, of course.
It's 1-1 presently. And a couple of Waterhouse players, including goalkeeper Nash, getting some attention. Denada Thomas is the other player.
Another perfect example of them getting the opportunities in the 18-yard box for Mount Pleasant and just not being able to make them count. Here are the goals so far. There was nothing wrong with that strike from Jordan Fletcher. That came in minute 6, his 6th of the season as well. Excellent strike by the left-footed number 8 for Mount Pleasant. Then the equalizer shortly before the break in stoppage time in the first half as well. Lovely ball being put across by Fletcher, and the finish by Thomas, his first of the season. An excellent finish with the inside of the left boot, and that made things all square and put Waterhouse 2-1 up on aggregate in the tie. 1-1 on the day. No goal so far in the second half. Mount Pleasant have come closer since, closest I should say. 3 or 4 really good opportunities in the 18-yard box that they've not even put on target.
Now overcast conditions here at UE. Players would be relieved, but the rain is expected at any minute now. We have some word from the bench that Prince Christie will be taken out of the game. Leonard Rankin is getting ready to come on.
Well,
it's an attacking change, I can tell you that. Or attacking minded change, I should say.
Positive change. Of course, McCullough has taken over the captain's armband after the substitution of Richie.
Here's the delivery inside, but it's gone all the way to McCullough. McCullough delivers lovely cross at the back post. Picked up by Green. The whistle goes though. And the referee is saying that it should be a free kick to Waterhouse.
Yeah, it was a disappointing finish in any sense from Green. Very disappointing. Lovely ball from McCullough. Look at this in swinging delivery. Beautiful, right into the danger zone. But this finish, well, that was never going to. I'm not sure if that was even on target, and that certainly wouldn't have beaten the keeper. There was a whistle before the initial control from Green. Green was saying he didn't think he handled the ball.
No, it was a foul. It was Wilson. It was a head collision, I believe, as he tried to head it away, Elvis Wilson.
Yeah. There's a change. Rankin for Christie. And we did think that Christie was somewhat a liability in the defense line. Hasn't really been fully exposed by Waterhouse, but he's out.
Rankin is gone at the back.
Still no lane.
Players down for Mount Pleasant. Play continues though, and they've lost it. Fletcher tries to win it back, and the whistle goes. It's a free kick to Waterhouse, but some attention needs now to be given to Daniel Green, possibly.
I actually think that Fletcher was fouled before that. I thought the referee was playing the advantage. This is what happened, a bit of studs to the leg. Play continued. I thought Fletcher was fouled though before the second whistle. Doesn't get it, and it will be a free kick to Waterhouse. Here's Jordan Fletcher. Can he produce another moment of brilliance? Here is a play. Now look at this. He's tugged there. That's a foul. Play continues. And then, he clearly commits a foul there. But why wasn't the initial whistle on the challenge? And I think that's a point that Fletcher was making to the official initially. He was certainly tugged.
The breeze has really picked up here, actually, as a threat of rain looms. Waterhouse, though, with the possession, they try to stride forward, and it's come across to Bradford. I'm not sure who Bradford saw in neon green there. That should be a free kick. He rolled over one more time just to make the point.
Certainly was a foul. Why didn't Devontae Campbell just allow the ball to go out of play? Bradford had kicked the ball right across the goal area. He would have earned his team a throw in their defensive third. Why keep it in? Then it resulted in that dramatic dive.
Rowan Beadle, we've seen better acting.
He rolled like a soldier rolling out of trouble.
It's even a stronger wind behind Waterhouse at the moment. They have a free kick. This could be dangerous, you know. The two-man wall is being set up. They have, what, 4 persons inside the box? Waterhouse. This one delivered, and Shavon Jean-Paul had to get a hand on it. Bradford controls it well, you know. Campbell delivers inside, free header! And how did he miss that one? Rafiq Thomas again could have gotten his second of the game, but he missed everything.
Again. It's the second opportunity Thomas has had with the head from a beautiful delivery and has not made the most of it.
Fletcher will get there first. And it's going to be a throw-in, I believe.
Here's the opportunity. Nice in-swinging delivery. Paul with a strong hand. Good control is by Bradford. Look at this. Oh, well. Nice control with the inside of the right boot. He's being closely watched by the captain, McCullough, who's taken over the armband from Ladale Ritchie, who got injured with a hamstring injury to the right leg. Couldn't continue after the first half. They have managed well so far, Mount Pleasant, but they need a goal.
Waterhouse. Isaacs picks it up, has Daniel Green for company. Isaacs decides to spread the play. Jordan Fletcher is on it. Fletcher decides to bend that one inside. It was going wide of the mark, but closer to Kessler and Hall. But it was headed away from him before he could get there. Here's Rankin. Rankin out to James, who spreads it over to Tajay Anderson, who was under some pressure to control. Rankin again. Rankin goes long. He's looking for Devontae Campbell. Headed away by Waterhouse. Now, Fletcher needs some company. Bins on it. They'll try and settle down. Finlayson, though, goes long. Beadle. Howell. Thomas. Back to Howell. Ball played through. It's Meshaki and Bradford! He tried to sneak it past Shavon Jean-Paul, who was active there and moved to his right to collect. But Bradford close to picking up his 7th.
Good save by Paul. Good save. Almost looked like he was anticipating the left-hand side and recovered well. Not enough power on the shot by Bradford, and that's why it was unable to get past Paul, but he adjusted well. Good, strong right hand by Shavon Jean-Paul. Good save.
Here's Daniel Green from Mount Pleasant. End-to-end stuff at the moment. That should be a free kick, it is.
It will be Fletcher again from that acute angle. It's a real chance for Bradford to bury this tie.
Yeah, we'll be disappointed with the end result as Green was just taking a rest there. Daniel Green didn't need attention from off the bench. So free kick to Mount Pleasant. Green is going to keep company with Jordan Fletcher. He may just go goalwards, you know, Jordan Fletcher. But there are a few players to aim for inside the box. 5 of them, in fact.
I think he almost certainly will be going to the far post. If he does so, then he would incorporate the likes of Rankin and so on at the far, that are going to attack the far post. 29 yards out, not the most favorable angle, but let's see.
Fletcher and intercepted.
Not a good attempt.
Ball delivered inside. Mount Pleasant with an opportunity. It's over the top. Could not keep it down. Sule McCullough inside the area. And, well...
Defenders finish.
Well, he did try to go for the spectacular.
He was under pressure. Good attempt. Somewhat rushed by the defense line of Waterhouse. Again, another opportunity in the box for Mount Pleasant, though. And that's been the story of the second half for them. Opportunities not taken.
So, another water break. And it's Waterhouse with the 2-1 advantage.
By 2 goals to 1 on aggregate. So Waterhouse 1, Mount Pleasant 1 on the day. In this semi-final match number 3, as both teams look to go into the finals and into the Champion Club Championship. Jamaica Premier League, powered by Digital. Substitution here for Mount Pleasant. Up came number 9, Daniel Green. He is replaced by number 10.
So play
Gemma Beckford.
to restart. And the rain has
Substitution took place
joined us.
in the 32nd
Just
minute.
a drizzle at the moment. But the players would welcome it. A lot cooler though here at Mona. Bins. There's a free kick to Waterhouse to be had here, or Mount Pleasant rather. You can see the urgency now. Oh, Hall. Yeah.
The urgency has been there from the start of the second half. Hence, they have had much more opportunities in the 18-yard box. I think they've put a lot of good deliveries into the box, but the finishing product has not been there.
Here's Isaacs to Fletcher. Ball dinked inside the area looking for Devontae Campbell, who was hesitant, wasn't he? And he commits the foul, I believe. Yep.
Not brave enough, Campbell. Certainly was there ahead of Finlayson, but Finlayson wanted it more.
He's been utilizing all his experience to mark Devontae Campbell. To be fair, he's won all the battles, in fact, with the youngster.
Experience does count. And he does realize that Campbell has been a bit timid so far.
Bradford. Howell. Thomas collecting that one deep. Binns forced to retrieve. Getting by Hall. Beadle. Thomas again. Oh, Thomas gives it up. It goes the other way. Too much on that one.
A lot of times both these teams pass the ball as if they think their teammates aren't moving. You know, they play a static pass. You have to play it in towards where the player is moving. Use the angles. It's been a little disappointing, especially for the level.
Waterhouse really applying the pressure now.
Confirmation of Siobhan Stewart coming on for Denardo Thomas.
Kemar Beckford on for Daniel Green.
So a change for either side.
Long ball upfield looking for Fletcher. Handled well by the Waterhouse defense. Nicely done by Howell, who goes long. Can he keep this one in play, Fletcher? He has Bradford for company. Finds him now. Bradford looking up. Playing that one inside the area. Not the best first touch, but still. Siobhan Stewart has it. Stewart. Back to Binns. Binns! Oh, off the bar! Oh, had a little space to work with. Decided to let fly. And he just wanted it to have dipped a little sooner.
Good attempt by Binns. He was always shaping to be a little bit too high, but good attempt nonetheless. Swerving away to the left-hand side of Sean Paul's goal. Good diagonal run made by Siobhan Scarrow Stewart as well, just to create the space.
Wasn't he one of the best schoolboy footballers in the last decade, though?
He was. Played for St. George's College, were the number 10 for them. Didn't lift the Manning Cup title. There was the attempt. Good pace behind it, but as you said, it was always going to be a little bit too high. Paul might have thought he had it covered as well.
He didn't. He certainly did not.
There is Stewart, former St. George's College player.
Yeah, he really was outstanding.
Went away to college in Division 1 in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Did well there as well, one of the standout players.
They call them the Tigers, right? Over in Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati?
Yeah. Tigers.
Or Bearcats, actually. It's a different cat, but
Yeah.
you know, there you go.
Bearcats. Division 1 team.
Mount Pleasant with it now. Time ticking away. They need the one goal to send this into extra time.
The breeze is intense.
So is the game.
Hasn't really affected it much thus far.
Both sent long looking for Fletcher. Waterhouse again. Defending their lines. McCullough on it now. Was trying to feed Kevon Isaacs, who commits the foul. Free kick to Waterhouse. They're managing this game well, it seems.
Still out of the time to get the equalizer or the go-ahead goal in this match. Mount Pleasant. That's Isaacs. Hasn't been as instrumental in the middle of the park this afternoon in terms of picking those telling passes. He's more had to do a lot of the hard work in breaking up the plays.
He hasn't had a lot of touches. He really hasn't, actually. Come on, Isaacs.
Here he is.
Oh, there's one touch that he'd want to forget.
Closed down quickly.
Waterhouse now on the charge. Oh, that wasn't the best ball forward, wasn't it?
Wrong option.
Binns trying to spread the play. Nobody was attacking it for Waterhouse.
I think the angle was just wrong from Binns. He was trying to get it to Stewart, but he didn't choose the right angle at all.
Trying to spread that one through Kemar Bushy backfoot and the two-footed challenge. And it's going to be a yellow card shown to Elvis Wilson. And Beckford remains on the turf.
Recently on Beckford. Both centre halves of Waterhouse are now in the book. Finlayson did pick up a yellow card very early in the game. And now Wilson. They'll have to be careful, but they've managed it well so far. Ooh. Yeah, it was just a follow through.
And he was slipping.
Yeah.
But still a bookable offence. There you go, the yellow card to Elvis Wilson. Free kick to Mount Pleasant. And, roughly 33 yards there.
Very similar position to which Jordan Fletcher scored in the first half. He's not a part of this one though.
And this one is over the top.
You are ready!
Waterhouse now on it. Challenge from Rankin was illegal according to the referee. Free kick to Waterhouse. 10 minutes to go. Here's Ramon Howell. So free kick to Waterhouse, delivered inside and cleared out. Couldn't do a lot with that. Kimani Campbell, former Dintle player as well. Kimani Campbell. Harvey sends it out wide. Ball delivered all the way across to Devontae Campbell, who will do well to keep that in. Well, as the Waterhouse players tire, how will they defend? Right now they are defending stubbornly. Long ball to the edge of the box. Ball put into touch. Throw into Mount Pleasant. Fletcher. Goalkeeper is down and he'll need some attention. Nash favoring his leg. Will Rashid Sharp see any of the action this afternoon? That's a question. Maybe. Having a word there with Coach Marcel Gain, but Waterhouse had a few opportunities that they missed, Chris.
Yeah, and some good saves by Shavin Sean Paul in the process. Has been really good between the sticks so far this afternoon, and that was an excellent right hand as well, strong right hand by the former Portmore and national representative.
One of the candidates for the player of the game, you'd think?
Certainly so.
And the others?
Yet to be told.
Hence the question, Chris.
Bradford has been good as well. That man has been a man who's found the goal for Waterhouse. Had two other really good opportunities with his head that he should have made more of.
Fletcher also has been a workhorse, as we see Rasheen Sharp replacing Rafiq Thomas, the goal scorer. Yeah, Fletcher has been a workhorse. He's the one that actually provided the assist as Rankin goes long, and goalkeeper Nash screams for it. Elvis Wilson has put his body on the line for Waterhouse in this one as well.
I would think if the scoreline remains the same and Waterhouse gets through, then those saves by Shavin Sean Paul might be the critical factor at the end. Well, although
he would have been on the losing
end of the stick.
Yes, he would. So he wouldn't quite accept the award with a smile on his face.
Yeah, certainly. Bradford has been a lot more quiet in the second half, but I certainly love how he moved and his energy, especially in the first half. Hasn't had as much opportunity in the second half to go forward. And Mount Pleasant have been on the front foot.
Nikolai Finlayson has provided a steady hand as well at the back.
Finlayson has defended very well.
So several options. But Mount Pleasant still have some time to send this to extra time. Alwyn Harvey. The challenge on him, no. Kevon Isaacs was looking for it, the referee said no. Howell. After their bins. Fletcher. Still sends this one inside. It's with Rasheen Sharp. Saved by Shavin Sean Paul, who's almost single-handedly kept Mount Pleasant in this one. Really believe his luck as it went over the head of Liston James. Right time for Mount Pleasant. Stewart. Throw into Mount Pleasant. Right near the corner flag. Here's another opportunity. Bradford. Shaquille Bradford.
Come again, I want it.
Here he is again on the ball, Shaquille Bradford. Sends this one inside the area. Now it's cleared out. Mount Pleasant, they look spent. But Beckford on it now. Tries to go over the top. And it's headed away by Nikolai Finlayson. Finlayson along with Wilson. Firm rocks at the back.
He has used his experience very well, Finlayson. Read the game well. He's closed down the attacking threat of the Mount Pleasant top three. Bradford is having some issues. It's like possible cramping. He's put in a big shift, Bradford.
Yes, he has. This play continues. Waters down with 10 players at the moment. Down to 10 players. Well, there's lightning here as well at the center of excellence. And the players, will they come off for a while?
Yes, they will.
No, there's going to be a change. The referee's having a conversation though. I mean, we are in stoppage time. There's a conversation going on with the fourth official.
Yeah.
But it's getting very dark actually. And a lot of cloud cover in the area.
I don't think the rain is the issue. I think it's the lightning.
It's lightning, yep.
And obviously, I'm not sure as to their protocol for the Premier League in terms of lightning versus thunder. There's no danger obviously with the rain, but with the lightning, it doesn't really matter how much time is left. So, lightning is lightning, and I think there needs to be caution. But
Ricardo Thomas has come on now for Shaquille Bradford. So the play will continue. We're into stoppage time. Mind you, if Mount Pleasant they score one more and win the second leg, this tie will go into extra time. But at the moment it looks like a horror movie in terms of the conditions and the darkness over the ground. Waterhouse, they have to throw in over on that far side, and they'll take their time about it too. So Waterhouse, apparently they do have a free kick. Sharp headed to the byline. Does well. Pulls it across. It's with Fletcher. Fletcher. Still. Back to Fletcher. They're defending in numbers. Mount Pleasant. Thomas, who's just come on, will take the throw. Waterhouse doing well in the final few moments here. Mount Pleasant still applying the pressure. And it's going to be a throw-in to Waterhouse. Less than a minute to go in this one. So, seconds to go. Mount Pleasant. Campbell. Should be a throw into Mount Pleasant. Just a matter of how much more time will be added. Ball played inside the area dangerously. And goalkeeper Dash watches it all the way. Not a lot of time left. That's it. They're back to the final, Waterhouse. Yet again for the third time in 3 completed seasons. Another chance to get a hold on the Premier League title. The players greet each other, but Mount Pleasant will have to come again, disappointed after this season's effort. They make their way to the exit. And Wally Downs a bit disappointed with the outcome, but his players battled in this one. 1-1 this second leg semi-final, but it is 2-1 on aggregate to Waterhouse. They're back in the final of the Jamaica Premier League. So this is always going to be a keenly contested one. This shot from Jordan Fletcher that set the cat among the pigeons in this tie early on in the 6th minute. 1-0 for Mount Pleasant. It was 1-1 on aggregate. And they had some momentum at that time, did Mount Pleasant. That was a lovely ball played through. Rafiq Thomas, though, was thinking of the chip. And in the end, it was just a tame shot there. And Sean Paul would make one of quite a few saves for Mount Pleasant. Long ball over the top. Keslan Hall keeping possession. Laid out to Daniel Green. And goalkeeper Zimori Nash holding on to that one. Some curve on that one. And Nash had to keep his eyes on it. Then the ball played inside to Shaquille Bradford. Would have wanted to better with that one. Wanted to go goalwards, but it was wide of the mark. Waterhouse again. Ball played through. Keeper making a change, making a charge. Went out to Fletcher, who provided it on a platter to Rafiq Thomas, who would get his first goal this season. Fletcher doing well there. And Rafiq Thomas providing the finish from just about 6 yards. And it was 1-1 on the day. 2-1 on aggregate as Waterhouse retook the lead. Fletcher utilizing his speed there to get by Christie. Decided to go goalwards, even though he had Thomas for company. Here's Daniel Green. Devontae Campbell sending it out wide. And Fletcher driving it across the face of goal. Waterhouse defending stubbornly. And a chance there into the side netting. It's a big chance for Tajay Anderson, who had come on as a sub in the second half. This one driven in. And Sean Paul making the save. This one was played through to Shaquille Bradford, who tried to get the better of Sean Paul there, who had to adjust to make the save. Wanted a little bit more power as he went for the placement. And then Stewart on this one. Bins with the effort, hitting the crossbar. Dipped a little bit too late for his liking. He was aiming for the top corner. Ball played inside with Shane Sharp with the effort. And goalkeeper Cole making himself big there, denying the striker who would also come on late in the second half as a substitute for Waterhouse. Who would confirm their spot in the final after holding on. Waterhouse with 9 shots, 5 on target. Mount Pleasant with 7 shots, 3 on target. 23 fouls committed in the game. Just the 3 yellow cards shown, though 2 to Waterhouse. And Mount Pleasant, though, with the majority of the possession in this one at 52%. Here's Chris Taylor downstairs.
I'm with man of the match and captain Nikolai Finlayson. Nikolai, congratulations on the victory. How important was your experience in terms of carrying your team through?
Thanks much for it coming. It's really tremendous feeling, you know, being a leader of the team, and here now we are in the final. I just have to give thanks and grateful for what the league have done for us, that opportunity to play. And just be grateful now in the final. We have one more step, so we have to push out from it.
How difficult is it coming against a potent attack like what Mount Pleasant had in terms of keeping the team limited in terms of opportunities?
It's basically the preparation. We prepare for games like these, and just the execution part of it now, and that is what we're doing.
You're yet in another final, Waterhouse. What do you need to do to get over that hurdle and finally complete the title?
We just have to basically execute on the day. We can't just come and just lay down and say we're going to get the final and get the trophy. We just have to execute on our game plan and the strategy as a coach have for us.
All right, all the best, Nikolai. Congrats again. We look forward to seeing you in the final.
Thanks much.
Excellent stuff, Waterhouse getting the victory on aggregate, and I'm joined by strength and conditioning and physical trainer Chris Paul. Chris, you said the most important thing was to get the result at the end of the day. You got it.
Well, I just want to be, it's a tremendous feeling, you know, from day one we've been training to this point. This is just one step closer to where we want to go. So, you know, we got this victory, now we just get ready for the next step.
All right, the next step, what will it take in terms of preparation and getting the team ready? Obviously, there's not a big window in terms of in-between games.
Well, tomorrow we'll definitely go and do our recovery. After recovery, we definitely go and make sure that the guys eat properly, and we bring the masseuse in to get all the stuff that we need, all the kinks out. And then on Friday, we come back and go through the game plan for Saturday.
Excellent stuff. Congrats again on the victory and all the best.
I appreciate it.
All right, Waterhouse competing the victory in the tie over Mount Pleasant. I'm now joined by coach of Mount Pleasant, Wally Downs. Wally, disappointing that you didn't get over the road in the end of the day, but a lot of positives to take from the season.
Yeah, we've blooded some new players, and to get as far as we did has been a great effort by everybody at the club.
An interesting thing looking from the sideline, the late change with young Lane, Guyanese Lane. We were also surprised when the injury came to the captain that he was not brought on. Any specific reason for that? Was that
Sorry, say that again.
Lane, the Guyanese centre-back.
Yeah.
We noticed that there was a late change, he didn't start the game, and then when the injury happened to the captain, he was not used. Any special reason for that?
Yeah, he had an illness overnight. We tried to get him through the warm-up. He tested it during the warm-up, but he wasn't ready to go. He couldn't have gone on, so we had to play with Banky, who's had a bad back. That's why he's been out. So, you know, we were a little bit walking wounded today, but we put our best effort into it.
Looking forward to next season. Of course, as well, you achieved today what you did before. You weren't able to score against Waterhouse before you got the goal, but you needed another.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we said about the importance of keeping a clean sheet, and it was a shame that we went 45 minutes the first half and kept it, but we couldn't keep it out in the 46. So I'm proud of the achievements of the boys. First season I've worked with them, and more so I'm proud of everyone at the club who has really made the effort to get us here every time from, I know you call it in the country. So, you know, we're a country club and we have to get here every time. And it's been a massive effort by everybody at the club. Especially great thanks to the academy who've given us the pathway to start bringing these kids through from our school, which has been very, very pleasing for the whole club.
Excellent. How has it been in Jamaica, and what's next for Wally Downs?
Well, I'm waiting for Jamaica to open up because I've had a year. I've got a feeling I haven't seen the real Jamaica yet. I haven't seen too much action on the beaches and stuff. So as soon as this pandemic goes and I see all the real Jamaica, yeah, like this
And the rain.
I can go on to England for the rain if I want.
Excellent, Wally. Great to have you here in Jamaica. Love that you're loving the experience, and all the best to you for next season.
Thank you.
So, these are the results as far as the semi-final matchups were concerned. Waterhouse had come away with a 1-0 win in the first leg, and they held on 1-1 here. Cavalier has the advantage over Timothy Gardens heading into the second leg coming up next.